Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This video is a week late because, well, we went on vacation. At times like this, when the world is the way it is, we all need a little vacation. And what better place to go than the happiest place on earth? So this video will explain the top 5 ways you can homeschool while on vacation at Walt Disney World.
Animal Kingdom edition.
So starting off, our top 5 ways to homeschool at Animal Kingdom is the pretty easy and obvious choice. It's the Kilimanjaro Safaris. The academic aspects of the ride notwithstanding, the ride itself is just awesome. Everything from the rustic ride vehicle you ride in, to the unique wildlife, vegetation, and wide open spaces that you encounter on the ride. I can't think of another ride that makes you feel like you've truly been transported to another natural habitat, except for Magic Kingdom's Jungle Cruise, but I have a sneaking suspicion that those animals just aren't real. It's just a hunch. Back to the Kilimanjaro Safaris, even just waiting in line before the ride, you're presented with numerous facts that your kids can spend time reading about. Come on, did you really know a giraffe could run around 30 miles an hour? In this ride alone, these are all the animals you potentially could see.
See us as well as we see them. Their vision goes about 35 feet. And even then, it's pretty blurry.
And as you just heard, the Disney cast members do an excellent job of providing numerous facts throughout the ride. And speaking of the ride, it's quite bumpy, so steady camera footage is nearly impossible.
On itself. That's kind of their version of sunscreen. Their skin is sensitive, they'll get sunburned just like we do. So they'll just grab mud, dirt, clay, whatever's around, and throw it on their bodies as a form of protection.
Male lions get older, their manes get longer and darker. His mane can get up to about 30 pounds. So during the day, their eyesight is actually just as good as ours, but at night, theirs is around 6 times better. And they have something called a prehensile tongue that just means they're really strong. They'll wrap their tongues around the leaves, that does help to pull it and deliver it to their mouths.
That's just a tiny example of some of the information you'll get when you're riding these rides. The kids really enjoy it. It's truly a great ride. An interesting fact is this ride in and of itself is bigger than the entirety of Magic Kingdom. If you're a homeschooling family and you live within reasonable distance of a zoo, I guarantee that you use that as part of your homeschooling curriculum. Well, Animal Kingdom is no different. To put it into perspective, the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago is about 34 acres. The other zoo in Chicago, the Brookfield Zoo, is 216 acres, considerably larger. But Disney's Animal Kingdom is 580 acres big. And it just so happens to have some dope Disney rides as well. Alright, so that's number 5, the Kilimanjaro Safaris. Before we talk about number 4, my family goes to Walt Disney World quite a bit. And I always start the trip saying the same thing: we're not going to spend a lot of money. And within 8 hours of being on the property, I'm always like, I'll take one of these, I'll take one of those, I'll take 2 of those, and I even like that. And usually by the end of the trip, I'm just throwing money at cast members. That's the true magic of Disney. Somehow they make you not care about being broke. Alright, on to number 4, and that's taking advantage of their Wilderness Explorers. This is a series of self-guided activities where your kids can go around learning about animal habitats, animal activities, and wilderness skills. At each station, a cast member guides them through several topics and asks them different questions. If they get the questions right after listening to the speech, then you get a wilderness badge. You get to take the book home, review it, and read everything that you learned at the end of the day. And as you can see by this X-ray here, while brief, these are legitimate learning sessions, and the cast members do a great job interacting with the kids. There are over 25 of these activities scattered throughout the park. We've used the same book for the last 3 trips and still haven't completed it all. Now, if you're a traditionalist and say there's no way you can homeschool or do any kind of scholastic activity while at Walt Disney World, I submit to you this: even the gift shop has activity books on the scientific method. What's more sciencey than the scientific method? Although I do question the math talking about the square root of December 25th giving you Sandy Claus. Alright, so number 5 was the Kilimanjaro Safaris. Number 4 was the Wilderness Explorers. Unfortunately, our number 3 had to be changed this year. In the past, they have a place where you can go and pretend to be an archaeologist and actually dig up dinosaur bones. But because of coronavirus, hello darkness my old friend, that exhibit was closed this time. So our new number 3 is the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. It's very similar to our number 2, which is the Maharaja Jungle Trek. They're very similar in that they're both trails where you can walk along at your own pace. You can get a fact and information card about all of the species of animals that you see. Or you can listen to the cast members, as in the case here where she is telling us a lot of information about the Komodo dragon.
The better they can see, and these have excellent eyesight, they see in color. Oh.
Or in this case, very interesting facts about bats. So again, our number 3 is the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, where you can learn all about gorillas and monkeys. And number 2 is the Maharaja Jungle Trek, where there's lizards, Komodo dragons, bats, and let's not forget about those awesome tigers. You know, there's something about running at Disney World, maybe the magic in the air, that just makes you feel like you can run forever. I'm pretty sure I just ran for 10 miles, 1.5 miles. So that leaves us with what we believe is the number 1 way to homeschool the animal kingdom. It's the Rafikis Planet Watch. From a scholastic standpoint, it truly is the best thing Animal Kingdom has going for it. First off, you start off by boarding this rustic appearing train. Once you're on board, you'll leave Disney's Harambe region, and you almost get like a free behind-the-scenes look at how Animal Kingdom operates. You can get a glimpse of some of the buildings where they keep the animals when they're not out on the savannah. You'll also see some of the animals during I guess they're taking a break. And after a short ride, you'll arrive at their conservation station. Here, you'll see everything from petting zoos where you can get up close and touch all the animals. And there's a large indoor facility where they have on display numerous small creatures and critters to read and learn about. They even have a veterinary clinic and an operating room on display. When we were there, they were filming a new Disney Plus series about the operating room and all the capabilities and things they can do for the animals. It would be real easy to spend a large chunk of your day in this part of Animal Kingdom alone. And while you're there, be warned, your child may grow a tail. So that's a brief look as to how we homeschool while we were on vacation at Walt Disney World. We'll get back to our normal science routine of videos very soon. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next week.